Guess what time it is? It's time for
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good Morning Entrepreneurs.
Good morning, 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 freaking fabulous entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
G'day and good morning, entrepreneurs.
Good morning, entrepreneurs.
Welcome to Good Morning Entrepreneurs with your hosts, Kim White and Kerry Zarb. Kim is our Oklahoma princess and the founder and fierce leader of the My Sexy Business community. And Kerry is our Aussie ray of sunshine, founder of Zinc Business Solutions and the go-to financial designer. I can't wait to see what they have in store for us today. Off to you, Kim and Kerry.
Good morning. Good morning, Kim.
Good morning, Kerry.
And welcome to Good Morning Entrepreneurs. This is live stream number 29. Pretty exciting.
Very exciting. And I have nothing, Kerry, because I got kicked out and came back. So I have nothing to go off of. I'm just going to tell you.
Excellent. Do you know what that means, Kim? That means that I'll be the agenda girl today. How about that?
That would be awesome, Kerry.
I think that's a great idea. So let me guide us through today's show because, Kim, it's an exciting one. But I think you would be able to tell us who we're here for.
You know, Kerry, we are here for all the entrepreneurs out there in the world who think that it's too impossible to do business or to start something. And we're here for all of them. We're here in our kitchens, our offices, our lounges, our living rooms across the world to show the behind the scenes for everyone watching, Kerry.
Exactly, Kim. Well put. Thank you. And Kim, do you have your coffee mug this morning?
I have a little different kind of one today, Kerry.
Oh, that's fancy.
I have one of my little favorite teacups that I drink coffee out of.
Oh, that's so cute. I've got my dated old-fashioned looking coffee cup. I was trying to match you, Kim. I didn't quite make it, but it's all about trying.
I love that we have coffee together, Kerry. That's what I love.
Well, Kim, I'll confess mine's empty because it's a little late in the evening to be drinking coffee. I would be up all night, Kim, if I drank coffee at this hour.
Check back with me, Kerry. It won't be full for long.
I will, Kim. So, Kim, let's go because we have to begin. It's time for Entrepreneur Land, and today's theme is Get Going. So, come on, let's go. If we don't get going, there won't be a show. And if we don't start something, we can't finish it. So, we have to begin, and there's no satisfaction if we don't get started and we don't take that step and we don't get to complete it. So that would be no good, Kim. So I think we should kick off into Entrepreneur Land because, Kim, tomorrow, in fact, is National Working Parents Day.
Oh, wow, Kerry. So we want to celebrate all the mamas and all the daddies in our community who are working hard every day, both in business and with their families. So we want to wish you all a happy National Working Parents Day.
Absolutely. Well done, Kim. No script, no agenda. You knew exactly what to say. Oh, like a pro.
We might have some producers behind the scenes that are like helping a whole lot, Kerry. Let me say that out loud.
Always. We are very well looked after here in the GME studio. So we do have to recognise our associate producers in the behind the scenes down in the green room that are pressing all the buttons for us. And we thank Jill and Adam every single week for everything that they do.
Very much so, Carrie. And maybe at the end of the show, we can share a little of the messy because everybody's going to want to know what in the world we're talking about.
I think so, Kim. That's not a bad idea. So, yeah, absolutely bear with us, and we'll definitely be bringing those things to the forefront as we step through today's show. Yes. So, Kim, let's go to our first roving reporter. Yvonne Marchese, age agitator, podcast host, community builder, branding photographer, published author, event speaker, and GME roving reporter.
Thanks, Kim and Carrie. This is Yvonne Marchese coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. I'm your resident age agitator here to talk about midlife entrepreneurship. And today I want to talk about something that I believe we've all faced at some point. It's the imposter syndrome and self-doubt that rears its ugly head, especially when you decide to dive into entrepreneurship later in life. Yeah? Oh yeah, it's a thing, but it's not insurmountable. Trust me, I've been there. Picture this. I'm almost 50 when I get this great idea to start a podcast about midlife reinvention. Yay, exciting, right? But then doubt creeps in. I'm not an expert. I don't know how to produce a podcast. Who do I think I am? Who would want to listen to me? It took me 2 years to get over myself and start the podcast. But guess what? It happens to everyone. Here's a quick exercise that helped me, and I think it'll help you. First, you make up a list of everything that you have ever achieved, and no matter how small it might seem, you write down every single achievement that you can think of. And when you see those successes on paper, it's a big confidence boost. And now you keep this list in an evidence file that you can go back to whenever you're having one of those days and doubting yourself. Oh, but before you file it, take a look at that list and select one of the achievements that you're most proud of. And now go back into your memory banks to remember the obstacles that you had to overcome to get that thing done. What it was like to start or be in the messy middle when it was overwhelming and scary. And then put that in your evidence file. Ooh, and if somebody compliments you or you have a win, put that in your evidence file. Everyone experiences self-doubt, but you're not an imposter. You're a work in progress, like everybody else. Back to you, Kim and Carrie.
Thank you, Yvonne. Oh, I love it.
Go, Carrie. Sorry.
Go, Kim. Go, Kim.
I'm just so excited about this topic because everybody struggles with this. And we've had so many people mention this in the last few days, Carrie. Yvonne has a community called Midlife Uprising. I call it the Age Agitators Club. I'm just going to be clear about that because we get to come together and talk about this very thing. We all go through that feeling of that struggle, and the struggle's real, Carrie, but we can get past it.
Oh, absolutely, Kim. And I think what Yvonne highlighted, that imposter syndrome, it can sneak in when we least expect it. Sometimes we can go on for quite some time when we think we've kind of buried it and gotten rid of it, and it just comes left field out of nowhere. So, yep, I loved Yvonne's segment today, Kim. So, Kim, let's go to our next roving reporter. Holly Totten is a published author, writer, writing coach, editor, podcast host, teacher, and GME roving reporter.
Thanks, Kim and Carrie. This is Holly Totten coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. In today's writing and publishing segment, we're going to talk about something that everyone will experience at some point in your life, whether you consider yourself a writer or not, and it's writer's block. Writer's block is nothing more than not being able to put down in words what you're trying to say. There's a lot of things that cause writer's block, and there's a lot of ways to get around writer's block. And today we're going to talk about one way to avoid writer's block, and that is talking it out. When you find that what you're trying to write cannot come out of your head onto the paper, then take a break from trying to write and simply talk it out. You can talk to yourself or you can call someone and talk to them. Whichever you choose is fine, but I would like to encourage you to start with the statement, what I'm trying to say is blank, and fill in that blank. And then either ask yourself questions or have the person you're talking with ask you questions to help steer that conversation to pull out the information. Well, I didn't understand what you mean by this. Can you give me more details here? So what? What does that mean? Well, explain that to me a little bit better. I got lost when I heard this. Ooh, I really like that. Can you tell me more? Anything like that that will encourage more information to come out and help open up your mind to remember exactly what it is you're trying to write. And the best thing about using talking it out is it's one time when you're not considered crazy when you talk to yourself and answer your own questions. That's all for today, Kim and Carrie. Back to you.
Thank you, Holly.
I have to tell you, Carrie, I love what she said about you can talk to yourself. You're not crazy when you do that, when you're getting past writer's block. Here are 2 of Holly's books, and there's another one that's set to come out in just the next, I'm going to call it hours, Carrie. So it's coming soon. It's coming soon to an Amazon near you. That's what I'm going to say. But Holly is definitely the go-to person to not only write a book or write a chapter or to write an article. Holly is like the person. She's been writing since she was little. So we want you all to take note of the fact that everyone we highlight with the books and everyone we're talking about, they didn't know they could do it before they did it too. So if you're out there listening, don't count yourself out. That's what we're here to say today, Carrie.
Oh, absolutely, Kim. And I agree with you. Holly is the go-to person for the writing because I did not think it was possible at all. The words. And yeah, there are things coming. So exciting. So, Kim, let's go to our next roving reporter. Denise Malaya, findability queen, tech simplifier, game show host, published author, website builder, founder of M Media Group and GME roving reporter.
Thanks, Kim and Carrie. Good morning, everyone. Denise Malay coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. And today we're talking about how search chooses results for us and our customers. Search is just a program. So when you are sitting down at your computer and you type something into your search bar or you speak into your phone or any other assistant, that program takes your words, pulls them apart, and then it compares them to the entries in its catalog to pull together a set of results for you. Okay. If you search for something broadly with just like 1 or 2 words, well, the search engine isn't sure exactly what you're looking for. And it might give you alternative words or some specific and some not specific. So for example, if you're looking for Yosemite Park and you type in Yosemite Park, it might give you hotels around it. It might give you pictures of it. It might give you tours that go there. It might give you the National Park Service site. It might give you a whole bunch of things because it's not really sure what you wanted to know about Yosemite Park. If you did a second search and you said Yosemite Park attractions, well, then it might show you pictures or videos that people have taken of the different special things at Yosemite Park, right? And ultimately, they're trying to get you to find the exact match for what you're looking for. And we're doing that as entrepreneurs too. We want our people to find exactly what they're looking for. We don't want them to be frustrated at all. We would like to give them opportunities to find us and to help them along in their journey to a solution, right? We really want to be found. Sometimes we have to think about the alternate ways that they are going to be describing what they need, though, and include that in our content and make sure that we approach it as they would in multiple different ways. So we do this and we think about these things because we want you ultimately to be findable. If they can't find you, they can't do business with you. Back to you, Kim and Carrie.
Thank you, Denise.
I'm excited. I know, Carrie, I am giggling because it's coming soon, Carrie, to you.
I know it's gonna make for a pretty viewing when it arrives.
So Denise is known as the findability queen because she is the one that helps all of us be more findable online. She has a book out that's about being findable, gives you like how-to things, but she also has a game show night. She is coming up on her game night the last Wednesday of this month, Carrie. If anyone has any like those moments of about keywords, that's where you need to go. Denise will help you get past that with her simple ways of finding keywords, but you won't even know you're learning, Carrie. That's the whole thing. But we want to invite you to the game night.
Absolutely, Kim, and I agree because it's fun. It's actually so much fun. Denise makes it amazing, and yes, you don't realize you're learning, but then you clued into what's going on, and it starts to make sense in a fun way. So we love that. So you are tuning in to Good Morning Entrepreneurs. We will be back in 1 minute after this quick commercial.
This show is sponsored by
Groundwork Brigade Mastermind. Are you an entrepreneur who is focused on making an impact,
but you haven't figured out how to make an income doing it?
We spent years trying to figure out how to do both.
And we realized the business adventure is not a one-size-fits-all. I'm Kim White. I'm the founder and fierce leader of the My Sexy Business team.
And I'm Kerry Zarb, Aussie bucket of swearing sunshine.
And she's a brilliant entrepreneur, by the way.
We both understand how it feels to believe we are the only ones who can't figure things out.
So we decided to join forces so we could get in the trenches with you.
We lead a very special mastermind group so you can be confident in strategically implementing
the right things in the right order so that you too can get the best possible results.
We cover a variety of topics based on what you need,
including building a business that you own and doesn't own you.
We even address themes like social media strategy and simple tech solutions.
If you would like to meet other entrepreneurs who are living proof of what is possible,
come and join us. Welcome back, and thank you for being here with us on this amazing Friday. We've got some great segments coming up, Kim, and in today's common theme of get going. So it's all exciting, it's all happening, and we're going to head over to our next roving reporter. Jill Polish is the founder of Mama Outspoken, executive team leader, postpartum awareness advocate, vision board party host, event coordinator, podcast host, GME associate producer, and a roving reporter.
Thanks, Carrie and Kim. Hi, this is Jill coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs, a segment for mama entrepreneurs. Who has two thumbs and complicates their life with lists? This girl. Are you with me on that? I was always a list person. And once I became a mom, I thought the lists got bad. They just got longer. Add on top of that, entrepreneurship. And it felt like I tripled the number of lists. How does anyone function with lists all around the house and office? We can complicate our lives with those lists and tasks that are either too big, too long, or too broad. Why do we create the chaos when it's unnecessary pressure? We can have better with simple and clear. Choose the right thing to focus on, one thing at a time at the right time. Break it down, make it simple, and do a little at a time. We can take a goal like I'd like to run the 5K coming up next year for the SOS 5K from my vision board. And I have a specific amount of time. It's the right time to start doing this. And I can break this down into simple steps like researching a training plan, making a training plan, and then implementing that said plan. And as both a parent and an entrepreneur, I can visualize my day in sections to help me simplify where I'm going to fit those steps in to my already planned day. So I might be able to have these new training routine sessions be added to my morning routine or added into an open space in my afternoon or evening. Remember, we are telling our calendar what we are doing, and I'm telling mine when I'm doing the steps to living out my dream. What are you telling yours? Back to you, Kim and Kerry.
Thank you, Jill.
So Jillo is the executive leader for the My Sexy Business team. And I have to tell you, she's rocking so many things. She's the host of the vision board party that we have quarterly. And I have to tell you, Carrie, I have watched her go from amazing. She was always amazing, but I have watched her grow into helping other people become so amazing. And there's one coming up in a few weeks. If it's the last one of this year, if anyone is interested, connect to Jill, because the vision board party will be off the charts good again. It gets better and better every time. But I just have to say that out loud, Carrie, that is another place, and it's free. It's a free event. We do ours at that time, and we're just letting everybody come and be with us. So love, love, love Jill.
Oh, I love that, Kim. It's so exciting. And yes, that is on the calendar and coming up real fast. So being the last one for the year, it's definitely a good opportunity, because I think some people might want to start looking at next year already, Kim. So, getting ahead of the schedule here, but some of us do that. So yes, love it. Let's go to our next roving reporter. Melissa Stetcher is a professional organiser, published author, community leader, owner of Hopeful Simplicity and GME roving reporter.
Thanks, Kim and Carrie. This is Melissa at Hopeful Simplicity, coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. Last month, we talked about simplifying expired items out of our entrepreneur life. Today, we're going to continue that simplifying thought, but talk about outdated. Now, I'm sure you're like, Melissa, again, I don't have dates on stuff in my office, in my wardrobe, in my wherever I may be working. Nothing comes with a date, but our lives change and our lives go through seasons. And those seasons normally have periods of dates. Those are what I want to talk about. Again, I'm going to say for me personally, that's going to come to the printer. We are shifting majorly to a digital world. And having a printer, I have one, but I used to use it for printing labels, for printing shipping address stuff, for printing my reports, but not so much anymore. I use it like once a year. So is it outdated? Kind of. It's kind of an outdated thing, because I can use everything to just print and save to a PDF or a different kind of format. So that's the kind of outdated thoughts I want you to think about. Remember, simplifying is getting rid of anything that doesn't serve your current self. So if you don't print things anymore, maybe donate that to a rework center in your area or a rehome location. Like there's a lot of places, like if a business is struggling or something like that, those donations are perfect. Other things I want you to keep in mind, outdated, are wardrobe. For me personally, this really hit when I shifted to an at-home position. I don't need dresses and heels anymore as much as I love them. That part of my life is past. Those things are outdated. Maybe you used to use highlighters and post-it notes a lot more than you do, because you would take notes, because you would write things down, because you had a paper planner. But now you do everything on the computer or on your phone or do digitally. Those things, again, they're still in good use. You can donate them somewhere or drop things off at a recycle center, but they're outdated for your current self. We just took 8 boxes of binders to the school. Now, I did message first, be like, hey, do you even need these? Because I don't want to bless someone else if it's just going to be their clutter. But those are the things I want you to look for. Has a system changed in your business that is now outdated and you don't need the stuff that used to go with that system? That's what you're going to look for. And until next time, stay hopeful, everybody. It's back to you, Kim and Carrie.
Thank you, Melissa.
So this is Izzy's first book. She actually has a second book out, Carrie, about, I want to say it's kitchens. I want to make sure I'm not saying the wrong thing. But Izzy has a group coming up this week that everyone meets, and she literally works magic on different spaces. She she shows you how to do a whole lot of things. I'm just going to say it's a whole lot of things, but in simple steps. So I think everyone who needs any organization or was born a clutterbug like I was, I think they need a whole lot of organizing Izzy in their life. And Izzy's what we call her.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Kim. And I agree, Izzy is just amazing. And we do call her Izzy. Her name is Melissa, but we do call her Izzy, and she has done wonders for this community and getting organised. So we appreciate her helping all of us so much.
So, Carrie, it's time that we get going over to our next roving reporter. Kerry Zarb is a rock star podcaster, brilliant entrepreneur, director of Zinc Business Solutions, cover girl, mastermind leader, financial designer, founder of the Biz Beans Club, and GME roving reporter.
Thanks, Kim. Welcome to the Virtual Cafe for this week's segment on finances. Let's get right into it, shall we? Today I want to help you set a date with your digits. That's right, we're going on a date. Perhaps it looks a little different to going out on a romantic date, but hey, who said business finances can't be romantic? Light a candle where you want to work to set the mood if need be. I'm kind of kidding around, or am I? When it comes to setting a date to work on your digits, I want you to choose carefully. Ask yourself, what day and what time is going to work for you that will ensure you can get it done? Have you in the past picked late night and found you've got zero brain power left to even consider doing it? Maybe you ended up watching Netflix instead. Maybe you had the idea that the weekend was going to be your prime time, only to discover that there's life outside these walls and the world is calling you to be in it. Why do we insist on scheduling the hard things at the most obviously not going to happen times? Well, it's because sometimes we want to bump it. Sometimes when we don't want to do that thing, we set the date so we don't have to. Is this happening to you? Have you seen the signs? This was me back in the day, so I know exactly how this feels. Changing this habit in our unconscious mind is the tough part. Next time you go to set a date to work on your business finances, I hope you remember this conversation. That's all today from the Virtual Cafe. Back to you, Kim.
Thank you, Carrie. And let me just say, we can get going on dating our digits. I think that's the cutest term you have said. So, Carrie, what say you? Are you dating your digits too?
Well, I probably overdate the digits, Kim. Let's be real about that, because that's where I like to play. I love playing with numbers on a regular basis, but I have to schedule my own, because I think it's not uncommon in any field when we work in a particular space. Sometimes our own stuff can suffer. So I've actually made it my purpose and mission to put on my calendar the time to work on my own digits. So I practice what I preach, Kim. There are dates set with my digits. Otherwise it won't happen. If it's not on the calendar, it's just not going to even come forward. So, yeah.
So can I tell you when my next hot date with my digits is?
Is it next Friday, Kim?
It's next Wednesday, Carrie.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Next Wednesday is the club. Carrie has a club where we entrepreneurs who are not digits are not our favorites. Let's just say that. Business finances are not our friend, or we feel like they're not. Carrie helps us get those connections made and learn things we need to learn and be able to ask questions. So, Carrie, I appreciate the fact that I get to have a hot date with my digits next Wednesday night, 6 p.m. Central Time, and that gets to happen every single month.
And Kim, you raise a really good point. Like, that is just fact that it's a monthly meeting in the club, but I think a monthly date with your digits is kind of a minimum. Depending on the size of your business, depends on the number of transactions, we want to be thinking about that schedule. How often do we need to work on the numbers? So having at least a monthly commitment is something that I highly recommend.
Well, we need to date our digits, and Carrie, we need to go to our sponsor, which is the club, and get a little bit more information out to everybody.
Mm-hmm. Do you find your finances confusing or overwhelming? Well, guess what? You're not alone. I'm Kerry Zarb, and I am your financial designer. It's time to take away those sleepless nights, all the stress and pressure we feel from those flippin' digits. Finances can be hard. This is why your seat at my virtual cafe is reserved in the BizBeans Club. Our gatherings are held on the third Wednesday of each month at 6 p.m. Central Time, and I'm inviting you to join us to ask questions, gain access to resources so that you can get in control of your business finances. This is where coffee meets money. Are you ready? What are you waiting for? It's time for you to be in the driver's seat of your finances. Join me in the virtual cafe and become your own financial designer. Head over to kerryzarb.com/club. Welcome back, and thank you for being here with us at Good Morning Entrepreneurs. And Kim, let's wrap up the finance segment for today because we've got a lot more show to get through, and in today's theme of Get Going. So, speaking of getting going, maybe I should get going and speak. There's a good idea, Kim. Let's head over to our next roving reporter. The freaking fabulous Kat Corchado, proud US Air Force veteran, health and wellness professional, founder of Small Space Pilates, podcast host, published author, and GME roving reporter.
Thanks, Kim and Carrie. Hi, everybody. This is the freaking fabulous Kat Corchado coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. You know me as your health, wellness, and fitness advocate, helping you to stay freaking fabulous on your fitness journey. Today, we're going to finish off those in the bed stretches by stretching the front of the hip, also known as the hip flexor. Remember, not all these stretches are appropriate for everyone, so always check with your physician and or your physical therapist to make sure it's a stretch that's appropriate for you. So you're going to be laying on your back, and you're going to cross one leg all the way over. And just let the knees drift to the side. Doesn't matter which direction because we're going to go in both. And it's not how far you go, it's how far do you go and feel that stretch. So I'm feeling a really good stretch in my back right there. I'm going to bring it up to center as I exhale. And I'm going to inhale and exhale, go to the other side. Again, gravity's taking over. I go far enough where I feel the stretch. I take a deep inhale. Exhale, bring it up to center. Remember, when you're doing all of these stretches, you always do both sides. So you'll do the other side and you'll go in both directions. So I hope this is helping you. Until next time, back to you, Kim and Carrie.
Thank you, Kat.
My goodness, Kat and her before you get out of bed exercises are a game changer. I have to say that out loud because Kat really does rock our physical. She rocks our amazing I guess healthcare. Entrepreneurs suffer with not getting up from these devices often enough, and Kat helps us from the minute our eyes open before our feet hit the floor. She's already having us do stuff. So thank you, Kat.
Oh, thank you, Kat. I love it. And I have started doing those morning exercises, Kim. And I got to tell you, I can feel the difference. Like, it's incredible. Just a few minutes before I hit the desk, the body feels better already. Yay.
Yes.
Love it.
And she is the leader of the SS Pilates Yacht Club. We need to say that out loud too. if anyone is interested in joining an amazing community where Kat is the one that takes care of all of us, honestly, I think that she is probably one of the most caring people I know. So if anyone's interested, connect with Kat. And she is living proof, Carrie, that you can do business different too, because she literally cares about everyone that comes in.
And Kim, I'd like to add that that's an online community, so we get to work out in the comfort of our home and in our comfy clothes.
Love that part a lot, Carrie.
That's my favourite. So, Kim, let's go to our next roving reporter. Donna Bender is a certified Givologist branded product specialist, corporate marketing trainer, creator of the Giving Plan, show host, published author, and GME roving reporter.
Well, hi. It's Kim and Kerry. This is Donna Bender coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. Today's Surprise and Delight marketing segment is about another aspect of successful gift giving: unique gifts. There's something truly special about receiving a unique gift, whether it's a handcrafted journal, a personalized photo album, or a one-of-a-kind experience. Unique gifts hold a special place in our hearts. They have the power to create lasting memories, a gift that stands out and becomes a cherished part of someone's life. Every time the recipient sees or uses that gift, they're reminded of the thought and care that went into it. Unique gifts become conversation starters, fostering connections and strengthening relationships. Here's an example of just that. One of my clients, who's a realtor, wanted some gift ideas to give to her clients after they moved into their new home. In the past, she loved to give them a beautifully framed photograph. Knowing that, I thought of something else that could take that gift to the next level. I suggested that with the same photograph of her client's home, she could give them a soft, warm, and beautiful blanket with a full-color image right on the front, as large as the blanket itself. I shared with you a few weeks back how much I love to give blankets as a gift and how good it makes people feel. A blanket represents warmth, a sense of security, safety. A blanket is cozy and feels like a big hug. What a great message for a new home buyer to receive from the person that sold them their home. The recipients loved their blanket, and it became a conversation piece whenever they had guests over. My client shared with me that the common theme was, wow, what a unique gift. The result of giving this gift solidified stronger relationships and provided a stream of referrals for my client. Giving a unique gift isn't just about the gift itself. It's about the thought, meaning, and connection it represents. So the next time you're searching for the perfect gift, consider the magic of uniqueness and the profound impact it can have for both the receiver and the giver. Back to you, Kim and Kerry.
Thank you, Donna.
Oh my goodness. So I have to show our little lunchbox again, Carrie, because it is one of the most unique things that we've had. And it does have branding on it, but Donna also has ways of doing things that, you know, it's unique and it doesn't have to be branded. So Donna's our go-to for all things.
Yeah, absolutely, Kim. I have a number of items in my office that Donna has gifted me that are amazing, and there's fun things out there. The arrangement is huge, and Donna knows it all, so she is definitely our go-to person for all of those spaces.
My unique blanket that she sent me, Carrie, it stays on my couch even in triple digits. We just got out of triple digits here in Texas. It's been on my couch the whole time. So
It has, and Kim, I just had an idea. Maybe you could ship it. No, you need it now. Don't send it to me. You need it now. You're coming into winter. No.
we have to have our own, Carrie, because I don't think we can ship fast enough for the season changes.
Well, that's true. There's that. So, Kim, let's head over to our next roving reporter. Linda Bonney is a published author, conversationalist, writer, storyteller, podcast host, production manager, and GME roving reporter.
It's Linda coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. And today I would like to talk about the value in having living proof conversations and why it is important to share your stories that often come from those conversations as well. So having conversations and sharing our stories helps us to often inspire others and remind them that their life and ours has value. And it can be really helpful for the person to see their life in different ways and remind them that they have many benefits to share and many sometimes adversity or struggles that they have been through and experiences that are similar to yours. So it helps us relate and it helps us really find new ways that we can help to guide others and become clearer in our message and onwards as very successful entrepreneurs. That's it for now. Back to you, Kim and Kerry.
Thank you, Linda.
So this is book 1, Kerry, because I am waiting. The book 2 is coming today. It is it's on its way, it says it'll arrive today. So I'm excited, but Linda has Sundays with the Story Roast podcast.
Stories with a Sunday roast. Yep.
Did I say it backwards?
I think you said Sunday roast stories, but that's okay. Stories with a Sunday roast.
Okay. Thank you, Kerry. And she has taken some of those conversations and created 2 now so far books with some of the quotes from them, from some of the stories. It's a very exciting thing. And it's so fun to see the pictures of when someone was little and now. But her conversations, they are part of business. For a lot of us, we believe in relationship building and community building. And Linda is definitely someone who knows how to start a conversation, Kerry, and to actually write a conversation too.
Yes, I agree, Kim. And I have purchased book number 2. I believe it's coming Monday or Tuesday. So next week, we'll be twins. Yay! That is awesome. I love it. All right, Kim, we need to head over to our next roving reporter. Melissa Botoff-Airy is a podcast host, founder of The Leftover Pieces, grief and suicide loss educator, support group leader, certified grief companion, creator of Because They Lived Legacy Project, and GME roving reporter.
Thanks, Kim and Kerry. Melissa here, coming to you today as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs, where I am the sensitive or niche business expert. A few weeks ago, I began reviewing the top 7 ways I believe we can leverage our strengths in order to effectively or authentically market our sensitive or niche business. Today, I want to review what we've already covered. We covered knowing your market, solving your customers' problems, rethinking how we communicate, and the possibility of pay-per-click ads. Next, number 5, I want to suggest that you get to know your competitors, or maybe more accurately, get to know the other places that your customers are being served. Consider collaborations or partnerships with some of them. Look at highlighting their businesses so that they might do the same for you. Number 6, be open to new ideas or opportunities. For example, are you aware of the latest trends? Maybe it's time you try your hand at those scary reels for your social media. Or maybe you consider finding a podcast that you know speaks to the people that you're looking to serve and ask to be a guest. And finally, number 7, listen to the people that you serve. Ask for feedback. Have open and hard conversations. Or if they're already a customer, ask for a review or send them a survey. Because if we don't know what the people we're looking to serve truly need, we may be missing the mark. I hope that this has helped. Back to you, Kim and Carrie.
Thank you, Melissa.
We have stacks of things from Melissa. I just have to say, trying to do this in the right way, Carrie. This is awkward, but so these are the Because They Lived legacy project books. That's what I have in my hand. You have the Suicide Loss Survival Guide book. It's the printed version. Melissa also has the downloadable version for anyone who needs it on her website. So if anyone has any suicide loss, and I think all of us are impacted by it, Carrie, and it's a tough subject. We don't want to, bring this show down but you know what? Suicide is a high rate for entrepreneurs and those around them. So I want to be the one that says out loud, connect with Melissa, because she can give you all kinds of resources and all kinds of things. And Carrie, this is another living proof example of someone who didn't choose what happened. Yeah. However, has turned into such an advocate and such a supporter of others. So I just want to give honor where honor is due.
Absolutely, Kim. I completely agree. And I love what Melissa is doing to help so many people that need that kind of support. So we love Melissa. Thank you, Kim. You are tuning in to Good Morning Entrepreneurs, and we will be back in 1 minute after this quick commercial. Once upon a time, there was a princess from Oklahoma living a traveling life in Texas.
When along comes an Aussie bucket of swearing sunshine.
When these two girls from opposite ends of the globe met in February 2021,
even the universe did not know what it was in for.
Determined to solve world problems for entrepreneurs, we still to this day learn just how similar we are.
We have found our passions were too strong not to unite and become the partners in change that we are.
What is a bucket and a boom gate?
So a bucket is basically a category or a way to change how you're looking at something big.
And a boom gate is a way to protect ourselves. Sometimes we need a boom gate to protect ourselves from ourselves.
We have lots of experience of our lifetimes of business, and we want to share that with you.
We look forward to bringing you weekly episodes of the Buckets and Boom Gates podcast. Welcome back, and thank you again for being here with us on this amazing Friday, Kim. We've got some more segments coming up. It's pretty exciting, and today's common theme is get going. So this has been all about entrepreneurs and taking those steps that we need to for our own selves. So, Kim, let's go to our next roving reporter. Adam Rothenberg is a media personality, interview king, clubhouse manager, published author, event coordinator, red carpet correspondent, GME associate producer, and roving reporter.
This is Adam Rothenberg coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs from inside my closet. Today's Behind the Curtain story is all about the time I got to see Debbie Gibson in the national tour of Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. Now, I was living in Boston at the time, and the show was coming through, and I was so excited to see it because I'm a huge Debbie Gibson fan. Well, at that time, I had her Electric Youth cologne, and I went to the stage door. I actually went to the stage door of the theater the day after I saw the show, and I went before the show started. I got there early, and I was waiting for her to come to see if she would sign the bottle of perfume. So I got to the stage door, and Debbie was coming in to get ready for the show, and I said hello, reintroduced myself because we had met a few times already, and I asked her if she would sign her Electric Youth cologne. I pulled it out of my bag and I was like, would you sign this for me? And she gave out the biggest laugh. She was so excited that I had it, and she very willingly signed it for me. And I was so excited. I told her how great she was in the show, and I left to make my way back home. Now I put the perfume back in its plastic case and put it back in my bag, and I took the train home. Can you believe that by the time I got home, her signature had rubbed off the bottle of perfume? I was so upset because the train was so shaky, and I guess it was rubbing against the plastic bottle. The Sharpie did not dry. So I didn't get to interview Debbie until 2016, but that is one of my favorite behind the curtain stories with Debbie Gibson. It's back to you, Kim and Kerry.
Thank you, Adam. Aww.
So I want to say really quickly about our interview king and media personality, Adam. One of the things that I love about the behind the curtain stories, Gary, is most people don't realize how many entertainers, like in the entertainment industry, whatever part they play, there's so many entrepreneurial things that they do. And I love that Adam keeps sharing these little secrets of these people, because we wouldn't know these things behind the scenes, Carrie. And so he's our go-to person to learn those things. He's got a brilliant website that he has all of these interviews on, where you can go, and he's got a podcast, Call Me Adam, NYC, Call Me Adam, Bearing It All with Adam. I'm sorry, I'm getting it all wrong as I'm saying it out loud. But the podcast is amazing too, because he shares the entertainers with us. So we appreciate that.
We do, Kim, and Adam is just magnificent in what he does. And I love these stories, and finding out all these things from behind the curtain is like one of my favorites.
So, Carrie, I think we need to bring Adam and Jill up for our next segment.
I think that's a great idea, Kim. Good morning.
Morning. Oh,
Good morning.
Wow. Welcome to Princess Speak. Princess Speak vocabulary are words or phrases that we have adopted within our community in mind to simplify some of the things that can be tripping us up in our business adventures. So, Kim, will you kick us off with our Princess Speak word this week of ripping off the Band-Aid?
So I have to giggle about this one for sure, because this one came from our very famous Kerry Zarb. That's where this came. And so I really want Kerry to be the one that tells something, and then we're going to kind of tell a secret about the whole show today, Kerry. So, Kerry, if you'll take away the first definition for Princess Speak.
I would love to, Kim. Thank you. Well, I didn't know this was not all known by everyone across the globe. So I think when I first shared it with Kim, it was rip that Band-Aid off. And then it turned into, which is commonly either rip off the Band-Aid or ripping off the Band-Aid. And for anyone that has maybe sometimes if you put a Band-Aid on your arm and you've got the little hairs that go with when you rip the Band-Aid off, and there's that little ouchie that goes with it. So sometimes when we're an entrepreneur, that's what we need to do. We need to rip off the Band-Aid and deal with the little ouchie and just keep going.
So, Kerry, you and I did something this week that we just want to say. We ripped off the Band-Aid. We decided last week after the show we were going to rip off the Band-Aid in a new way, messy and all, painful and all, whatever it is, uncomfortable and all. And that was all of those beautiful intros that have been showing up today for all the roving reporters. That was a ripping the Band-Aid off moment. It's enough. We need to get these done. We talked about it for too long, and it's just, this is the week. So that's my example this week for that Princess Speak vocabulary word. But I would love to hear from Jill and Adam to see what their examples or definitions are for it.
Jill, you want me to go first? All right. So my example for ripping off the Band-Aid is I've been struggling with some audio issues with my podcast, and Kerry introduced me to this amazing product called Adobe Enhance, which helps enhance your audio. So for some of the episodes where the audio was a little wonky for whatever reason, I can now take this audio, put it into Adobe Enhance, and it makes it sound amazing. So the ripping off the Band-Aid was, she just said, Adam, this is what you need to do, and you just have to do it. And I had an episode where I needed to do it with, and now I've used it for several episodes, and I'm so happy with how the result comes out. So I ripped off the Band-Aid to learn how to do this myself instead of relying on other people to help me with it. So that's the ripping off the Band-Aid part for me.
Ripping off the Band-Aid. We're potty training right now at home for my toddler. So that was one Band-Aid we ripped off for him. So when he started school, it was no more diapers. So that's one of my examples. But another one is related to the Band-Aid that we ripped off here with the intros and making some of the other productions that we've been doing behind the scenes. And it's been assigned to me to just get it done. And that was a big ripping the Band-Aid off for me, is to just do what I could regardless of how I felt I was not prepared. And figuring out that it really is in your head that ends up making it way more complicated than simplified. So that's my example.
And I'm going to add to Jill's example because there will be a new Vision Board Party commercial coming that Jill has been putting together. And it's been so fun to watch her squirm. That's what I'm going to call it, as that Band-Aid got ripped off. But it's coming soon to a GME near you. How's that, Kerry?
Oh, I love it. I can't wait to see it. I'm so excited, and definitely a ripping off the Band-Aid moment.
So, Kerry, when we're talking about getting started or, get going, we're still kind of, I guess, honed in on the car thing. You and I talk too much about cars, probably. But it's that getting out of the driveway. We can't get going if we're parked. And I think that this is a great living proof example, the whole show of messy is beautiful, but what can people do today? Like, what can you do to get started in your entrepreneurial journey? What can you do to get going and rip off that Band-Aid? So, Kerry, do you want to say anything to everyone watching about that? I think we just need to encourage them.
Exactly where I was going to go, Kim. I was going to say that if you've got any doubts or any concerns, you just need to take that first step. There is a first step in front of you, and you can do it. So I do want to encourage everyone to make the move and start thinking about what you can do on your entrepreneurial journey for you, because that's what it's all about. It's about us, Kim. I'm going to be sounding selfish here for a moment, but we need to look after ourselves and take that step.
Well, we're the hype team around here. We're celebrating everybody, but we want to make sure everybody's making the connection that's watching. We're actually your hype team as well. We are trying to give you examples of things. Again, kitchen, office, living room, like downstairs, upstairs, whatever it is, it's behind the scenes so that you see that's how we're doing it too. So it's time to rip off the Band-Aid, everybody, as Kerry would say, and just get going on that thing you have been wanting to do. Join us next Friday at 7 a.m. Central.
This is the team signing off for Good Morning Entrepreneurs.